Pam Schmidt, the Chemical Minimalist. Today I'm going to show you my favorite DIY hand cream recipe. So the ingredients, you'll see my sped up video in just a second. The ingredients include 1/4 cup melted grass-fed organic beef tallow. It also uses 1 tablespoon olive oil, extra virgin, 15 little beadlets of beeswax, and some drops of essential oil, which is optional. So what I'll tell you real quickly is the process. Cedarwood, tea tree, clary sage, rosemary, lemon, or lemongrass. The more costly essential oils would be frankincense, chamomile, rose, myrrh, and helichrysum. If you want to know what brand I use, just click below and I'll tell you, or just message me. Combine the tallow, the beeswax, and the olive oil in a pot over low heat. Some people do this in a double boiler to protect it from burning, but I just do low heat and I'm stirring constantly. And you stir until everything is just barely melted. Then you pour it in a glass bowl, the melted mix in a glass bowl, and chill it in the fridge. It will take a minimum of 30 minutes in the fridge. The melted mix in a glass bowl and chill it in the fridge. It will take a minimum of 30 minutes in the fridge. You'll see then that it has become more of a solid makeup consistency. And if you're going to add essential oils at this point when it's chilled is when you're going to be adding your drops. A little goes a long way, so don't overdo it. I have overdone the oils before. You can use it at that consistency and put it in your container, but you're going to have to scrape out the pieces because it's pretty solid. And if you're using essential oils, the most cost-efficient oils that are good for skin would be lavender, geranium. My favorite thing to do is after adding the essential oils, I get my little portable mixer and I mix it up and whip it up, and then I put it in my container. The reasons I like this recipe are, first, due to using beeswax in the recipe, it is not highly greasy. Next, it's a longer lasting deep skin treatment. It can be used for all kinds of skin conditions: chapped, calloused, cracked, sun damaged, rashes, and burns. I even have used it on my lips as we're traveling. Be careful because pets like this. It's beef tallow. So my dog would love to just lick it all off of me or get a hold of the container. So be aware. If you increase the essential oil and use the specific essential oils, it can serve as a bug repellent too. I love that the grass-fed beef tallow has the best mineral micronutrients available. It has up to 4 times the amount of vitamin E and up to 5 times the amount of CLA, which is conjugated linoleic acid, which is a great fatty acid. It's good for skin. I want to let you know that I'm part of a group called Tribe of Queens. This is a global organization. It's a membership. It's not an MLM. There are 2 areas of focus that are the primary efforts. One is a mentoring program, and I've gained so much from the mentoring, particularly about mindfulness and self-confidence and marketing. The other effort and focus has been upon the charitable donations and efforts to end human sex trafficking. This is a big issue that you're hearing about a lot in the news, and all of our Tribe of Queens members believes in it so strongly that we are really ramping up our efforts in it. So if you are interested in being part of something this powerful and this exciting, please contact me. I'd be very, very happy to tell you more about it. Now I'd like to tell you just a little bit more about myself. I live in Central California, the fruit basket of the world, not the beach. My childhood years were full of tractor rides, learning to drive a tractor at a very young age, treehouse picnics, sliding down the tin roof of the barn, and when you got to the edge of the tin roof, jumping off into the soft dirt. I dressed up like a proper girl, but I was a farm girl at heart, kind of a tomboy. There's an abundance of peaches and plums, nectarines, grapes, almonds, oranges, and lemons in my area. While it's easy to enjoy that harvest, and I do, and I get them from nearby farms, there's also a tremendous use of herbicides, pesticides, and fungicides. In recent years, I've become very attuned to the seasonal use of chemicals in the farms, on the farms. What often crosses my mind is how these chemicals can cause a number of health effects like respiratory issues, hormone imbalances, and even neurologic problems. You see, my husband nearly died from a deadly and resistant strain of TB 30 years ago. And after he was treated with chemo-strength meds, he's now considered more than 70% disabled with lupus and fibromyalgia, also stamina loss. Now, if you see pictures of him, you think, oh, he's fine. But it's just the day-to-day life where he really struggles. I've seen a pattern of when specific chemicals are used on nearby crops, and my husband and I feel some very specific and unique types of respiratory responses, and he gets a very different kind of headache when those kinds of chemicals are used. So during those times, we use some natural approaches to support our bodies through that season. Some of the natural approaches that we use to support our health from environmental toxins include these options. Plant-based products such as essential oils, actual herbs, fruits and vegetables. We use cleansing techniques with those same plant-sourced ingredients, for lack of a word. We use vitamin supplements to support our immune health. And we use probiotics for gut health, which radiates out to the rest of the body in general health. Our big health focus is to reduce toxins in our home and replace them with more natural solutions. My related goal is to make sure I use cosmetic products that are as natural as possible. If the ingredient list for a cosmetic product sounds like it comes from a laboratory experiment and I can't pronounce the words, I look elsewhere. If the ingredients on a cosmetic product sound like they come from the garden, even using those Latin terms for them, that is something that I use. That's another reason why I like this hand cream recipe. It's the chemical minimalist approach to life and health. Mindfulness is a huge way to contribute to overall health. It can often be summed up as being in the here and now. I have some morning mindfulness routines that I do, and I'll start by telling you mindfulness has some great benefits. It can decrease your blood pressure and your heart rate. Mindfulness can increase stamina, especially found in walking tests. Mindfulness may decrease cognitive decline, even related to Alzheimer's. Talking and walking. Whew. Mindfulness may boost your immunity, and it may help psychological pain. So walking mindfulness is often beneficial in a calm setting. This is my neighborhood calm setting, and I love it because I get to walk under a canopy of trees. Formal walking mindfulness would involve focusing on your breathing, taking a moderate deep breath, hold it just for a couple of seconds and letting it out. Focusing on your steps, focus on the lifting and the setting down of your feet. Also on counting your steps up to 10, counting back down to 1. Formal. Informal walking mindfulness is more for me. You're taking in all 5 senses. You're smelling, you're looking at the canopy. Again, you're smelling what's around you, hearing. Just take in your whole physical setting. I sometimes opt for using music. Just lately, instead of charging right into the personal development that I work on in an audiobook, I take time and I have some instrumental music, and I make it, hi, how are you? I make it one of my important times for prayer and also awareness of how my body's doing. So it becomes a very deep thing, even though it's informal. Hi there. When you finish up with the walking mindfulness, take some deep breaths. Cooling off, obviously, especially here in California in the summer. But you're cooling off, you're taking a deep breath, and then you decide what you want to bring into your day. What did you become aware of during that time? What popped into your head with inspiration? Good morning. Take that into your day. It's setting an intention. So I'm going to finish off with an appropriate quote from John Muir. John Muir was the father of the national forests. He was a poet laureate, and he was big in our Sierras, which are just beyond where we live. I love what he found and discovered. His quote is, "In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks." And so I hope that is something you can take into your practice. Tell me about it. Tell me what you do. And I'm just going to spend a little moment showing you this beautiful canopy of trees I get to walk under in my daily walk. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.